Enter your promo code and get paid for buying or selling a house. That's HOMEGAIN150.com. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, it seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv.
Well, I won't back down.
Reducing tensions and building economic ties. And we hope this progress continues because it's in the interests of both sides, the region, and the United States. Indeed, I reaffirmed our commitment to a one China policy based on the 3 U.S.-China communiques and the Taiwan Relations Act. I told President Hu that we appreciated China's role in reducing tensions on the Korean Peninsula.
The Indonesian citizen,
that North Korea must avoid further provocations.
Up there with Hu Jintao, the communist Chinese dictator. He is elected by the Communist Committee, that is a group of dictators. So the appointed frontman of a committee of filthy, rich, corrupt dictators who wallow with the wealthy robber barons of the West to destroy the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. And, of course, he bowed to him again yesterday. He bowed to him again a year ago. Obama hasn't ever found anybody that he didn't want to bow down to. And I was watching some of the press conference. It was about how China is committed in helping the U.S. force through the Copenhagen Treaty, really, that China is exempt from. And they build 2 to 3 new reactors a week, new power plants. They're also building a lot of nuclear reactors. And we build 2 power plants a year on average, because that's all the government allows us to have. And now the feds have come into Texas that's supplying power to 5 surrounding states, the biggest power generator in the U.S., and has told us we've got to shut down and then pay more. No judge, no jury. Congress didn't pass this Copenhagen, but what's the head of NASA and others call for? They said China's going to put tariffs on us if we don't accept the carbon tax. And, whatever China says, we better do. This is about groveling to China. It's been armed, it's been positioned, it's been put into place, and it's involved expanding worldwide as the New World Order's main hydra of tyranny, because it is a complete nightmare high-tech tyranny over there, on record. And you notice it's a total embracing of it. Covertly, the bankers that run our country, that set up the UN, have funded and created this monster and backed it up in the oppression of its people. And now there's a total embrace of it. Here are some of the headlines, and we're going to our guest. Meet the new boss. China owns the United States. But again, only through the bankers who sit above them. Continuing, China plants a flag on Constitution Avenue. Never before done. Hundreds of flags all over Pennsylvania Avenue, just flaunting it, so that when his lordship drove in on the red carpet and walked over the red carpet and then drove in, he would see the Capitol turned into a worship fest for authoritarianism. What does this tell you? What does this say here? Our government grovels to tyranny. Well, of course, we're setting a tyranny up here. Our government has exported tyranny and tried to put dictators in and death squads all over the world if the governments didn't serve them. Here's the London Guardian. China on equal footing with U.S. as Hu Jintao visits Washington. The U.S. has been taken over by the banks that got $28 trillion in just the last 2 years that they won't say where it went. But we're told we're owned by China, and they're our boss because they own $1 trillion. China's owned by the very same banking cartel. China's inferiority in hard power has turned Beijing's advantage and sights on its growing soft power abroad. See, the U.S. plays the part of the devil, as I've told you for years, taking over the world, torturing people. The CIA releases the torture, internationally wanting to destroy our name, but then domestically telling us it's good. So that we are now the new Hitler, and when we collapse, the world will rejoice, and then China will rise up with the EU, and that's the planetary regime. Then the U.S. will be rebuilt as a troop-supplying mercenary backwater. That's all been written about, all been planned by the globalist. China logs double-digit growth in the U.S. The U.S. has 2% so-called growth. That's with Cook numbers. That's what slavery does for you. China got stealth tech from Russia, U.S. lawmaker says. Analyst, what is the plan? What's plan B if China dumps its U.S. debt? I mean, what did Hu Jintao say 2 days before coming here? He said the dollar's over. America's over. He knows full well all we've got's the dollar. He knows the decision's been made to devalue it. He knows the decision's been made to make the Chinese currency part of the new world reserve currency 30 years ago by the Trilateral Commission and David Rockefeller. It's all been written about. How did I know exactly what would happen? Because we understand the globalist. And it just continues here with what's happening. We have traitors within our government who can pass laws to shut down our industry to boost the stock in their companies that are overseas, in Mexico, in India, in China, and again, 160-plus other countries. It's very cold-blooded. It allows them to destroy freedom. It allows them to collectivize here as people lose their jobs and now fall onto the social safety net that was just for the poorest, that now is going to be for more than half the public that's on some form of government assistance. You can see where this is going. And the authoritarians are confident because they know having half the public on some type of government paycheck, those people will do and vote for whatever they're told to do by this corrupt system. And that's why we're in deep trouble. They are coming after the free speech. They are coming after the guns. They are coming after your farms and ranches and your homes. And they are going to have unlimited armies of people who couldn't get jobs at McDonald's in uniforms, trained to beat your brains out. So you better take your counties and your cities over. You better get good cops in there and good sheriffs. You better understand they're putting their federalized goons in right now, and that we're in a horrible situation. The CIA is now operating in every major U.S. city. All illegal. Face scanning cameras, total surveillance, all illegal. Satellites with infrared biometric IDs. I told people about this 8 years ago and got laughed at when I had the Department of Defense reports. Alexander Haig was making the money off of it. It says Utah City may use blimp as anti-crime spy in the sky. The blimps are already up there. Most of them at over 100,000 feet. On the clearest days, there's like a little silver dot. The news points cameras at it. ABC News in Utah a few years ago and said, is it a flying saucer? And it looked like the Hindenburg with 2 black propellers on it with solar panels on the side with infrared cameras hanging off the bottom. And I know the name of the airship company. I know about the billion-dollar contracts, but people couldn't believe there was a surveillance blimp at 125,000 feet. So they wanted to believe it was aliens instead. Remember when I ranted about that? And then I go on big syndicated shows and they make fun of me and go, what's this about imaginary blimps? Here it is in Reuters, okay? They got Homeland Security blimps over every major city. Alexander Haig got the money. They're scanning you, they're following you, they're license plate reading, okay? There's unlimited money to enslave you. It's a criminal government. They can face scan everything, but they can't stop $500 billion a year of drugs coming in. Now, I want to play this video and go to this young man. We'll keep him 5 minutes in the next hour. Then we got Lindsey Williams coming on. He's Matías Rojas. He's 17 years old. When I heard his voice, he sounded very strong, like he was 30, 40 years old. But he is strong. He's got that liberty in his chest, in his heart, in his soul, and that's what's so exciting about standing up to tyrants and hearing that humanity in his voice. You hear somebody else in the background in Spanish saying, you will fail repeatedly. And it's going to get millions of views. It's already got, on the different versions I saw, 400, 500, I forget, 1,000 views. One video alone, 250,000. This just got posted 2 days ago. And he's got breaking news. He's got an intelligence source. And obviously, the Rockefeller-funded Henry Kissinger coup with Pinochet, where they imprisoned over the years hundreds of thousands, killed tens of thousands. Obviously, it's more of a free country now, but not as much. He wants to use his name. He's got a bunch of sources. I would advise him not to give these sources out of this bombshell info he's got. How he knew where Rockefeller was coming in on the airport, the intel he's about to give you. I don't know if he wants to actually give that source out, or they may shut that source down. But I'll just say, I mean, obviously, this young man is in a dangerous situation, and I'm going to tell him that now. I'm not trying to scare him, but we need to. That's why it's good that he's going public. And that's why it's good that he's getting a lot of attention, because David Rockefeller, we already know, the globalists are all basically moving to South America, and that's the breaking news. And they believe territorially that Chile is theirs. And if they're able to take it back over, you will be put on a death squad list. I mean, that's their main enjoyment. And so just like here in the U.S., as they get their tyranny in, I'm on a death squad list. I mean, that part of that's even been declassified under Infraguard. They have a list of people they want killed immediately, not even arrested. So we're going to play him confronting David Rockefeller and then go to him with some very powerful breaking news. Joining us from Chile, 17-year-old man who people are just marveling at the way he rebuked Emperor Palpatine, known as David Rockefeller. Here it is.
Rockefellers, come back. We don't want your New World Order, you know? Leave Chile right now. Leave Chile. You are not... You're killing a lot of people. You're killing a lot of people. Leave here. Leave Chile right now. Leave Chile. Leave Chile. We don't want your world government. Leave Chile right now. Leave Chile, okay? Leave Chile. Your family is the most disgusting in the world, you know? Leave here. Leave. You also, you're a traitor to Chile. Mr. Agustino, you're a traitor to Chile, okay? You're a traitor to Chile. What you're doing right now, okay? 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 You know everything. You know everything. You're participating with him. You're participating with him in this. Your world government will fail, okay? It will fail! Your world government will fail! Will fail! Will fail! You know what? Leave Chile right now! We don't want you here! We don't want your disgusting thing here! Leave Chile now!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the video's up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. You can just search the term Rockefeller confronted in Chile, and you'll get it. But it came out in congressional hearings. Kissinger's been indicted in Spain over it. And, of course, his minion, that's David Rockefeller's minion, that he was responsible for much of the social engineering down there in Chile. And of course, so many other evils worldwide. Mr. Rojas, great to have you on with us via video Skype from Chile.
How are you, Mr. Alexians?
I'm good. Tell us more about the confrontation, and then you've got some breaking news, but you've got a lot of fans out there. You told me yesterday when we finally got you on Skype that I'm your hero. Well, you're my hero. We're all together. Anybody that stands up against these mass murderers, and I've got the documents on David Rockefeller with his eugenics and the sterilants and the vaccines, anybody that stands up against this family that openly financed Hitler is a hero.
Well, a lot of people in Chile are waking up right now to this truth that you spell out. And, well, I knew that Rockefeller was coming to Chile because I I receive an information from a source that, as you said, I cannot really